Hey everybody, it's been a while. I know it's been like 3 weeks since I made my last video, and today I actually wanted to tell like a interesting video, an interesting experience that I had back in high school. Now, in case you haven't watched my previous high school experience video, you can check it out on my channel or like my YouTube, my Facebook newsfeed, because the title is 4-on-1, so you can go ahead and check it out. But if you just want to check this one out, yeah, you're also more than welcome to just watch it. I mean, it's not really linked. Yeah, but back in high school, I was a lover boy, and I mean, I was a certified lover boy. And I know a lot of y'all don't believe that now, but really I was. And so I wanted to tell a story about one really interesting experience that I had in high school. Now, a little bit of background information. I went to Capsabet High School. It really is one of the. Did I say one of the? Correct me. My bad. It is the best high school in the nation, really, and there's no doubting. There's no doubting that, and it's not even close. Capsabet High School is really just the best high school ever. And yeah, so back in the day, we were really Capsabet High School. I mean, we were very valuable. We were treasures. You know what I mean? As men, as guys. You know what I mean? Girls used to love us a lot. In fact, if a girl had a boyfriend who went to Capsabet High School, that girl was revered. She was well off. Other girls were jealous of her, because really, getting a boy from Capsabet High School to be your boyfriend was really a great achievement. And this kind of, it wasn't because of, we really got this reputation from our hard work. We really were the best academically, the best school academically in the nation. So girls used to love us for that. In fact, one of our nicknames for Capsabet High School was Laz, LAZ. And for those who don't know what Laz stands for, I'm gonna spill a secret today. It stands for Ladies Attraction Zone. Laz, you know what I mean? Because ladies used to love us. I mean, they still do right now, probably. And yeah, so like I said, ladies used to love us, and we used to love some of them back. Like celebs, we didn't really love every single girls' school. We were very selective among which girls we used to hang out with. In fact, it was actually like a crime if somebody from Capsabet High, if somebody was caught, hanging with the chick who was not fine. I mean, we only used to go for fine chicks. Whenever those functions get beat, games functions or academic functions or like just religious functions like CU, though mostly not religious functions, mostly just academic and games functions. Whenever those functions, we'd actually have sort of like a briefing at the bus right before you go to the function, and we'd tell each other, hey man, right before we go, we only go for nobody should be caught with a girl who's not fine. I mean, we only go for fine chicks, and then we'd go to the function and do our own thing. And most of us didn't disappoint. Neither did I. I was hung out with like the finest ladies in the function. A lot of people know that, and it's not a surprise. I mean, look at me, certified lover boy, man. Although I might not look like it right now, I was a certified lover boy back in the day, man. I was a hot cake. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about all the functions that we had at Capsabet High School. I'm just gonna talk about one specific experience that I had. So actually, actually remember one story. Okay, at Capsabet High School, there were a lot of functions, like I said, academic and games functions, and really there was a lot of girls schools who came to our school. And some schools naturally came more more frequently than others. And one school that came more frequently was Kapsabet Girls High School. And Kapsabet Girls High School was actually the school next door. It was right next to High School, which was our school. So naturally, they were our girls' school. You know what I mean? But there were also other girls' schools that were way farther from us, like Kipe. I mean, Kap, what was the name? Kipsigis High School. Kipsigis Girls High School. Man, they were fine as hell. We used to call them Kipe. There was also Moy Girls High School, and there was also Moy Kabarak High School and Sacho, and what other girls' schools? Precious Blood Rerouter and Mary Lakey. We used to have all these kind of girls' schools that used to come around. But like I said, Kapsabet Girls High School used to come way frequently than others. So naturally, a lot of people had girlfriends at Kapsabet Girls High School, just because they used to come more frequently. But some people actually used to have more than one girlfriends. You know what I mean? Because they'd use the Kapsabet Girls High School for security. No, they'd have a girlfriend from Kapsabet Girls High School because they came more frequently. But for a lot of people, they used to have other girlfriends from different schools at the same time. So people were very polygamous. So I remember one friend of mine. He had girlfriends from three schools. He had a girl at Kapsabet Girls High School, and he also had another one from Kipe, what was the name? Kipsigis High School, and he also had a girlfriend from Moy Girls High School. Man, that guy was he was a player. His name was, he actually had a very innocent name, but it turns out he was not so innocent, man. And I remember one time he told me a story about how one time two of the chicks actually found out about each other and they kind of fought. Now that I've actually given out, that's spoiler alert, this story is gonna be very similar. So yeah. Anyway, back to the story. So this specific event actually happened on my third year of high school. And just before I go on with the story, I want to tell you a little bit of a background story that kind of like leads to this specific event. Now, 1 year before, which was when I was in my second year of high school, I was an athlete, and I can remember. I remember there was a specific there was a games event at our school, and Kapsabet Girls High School came to like play. Some of them came, and I remember I met this specific lady. This lady, she was one class behind me. She was in our first year of high school. I was in my second year of high school back then, and really, she was a beautiful young lady. You know what I mean? She had great hair, beautiful eyes, and she was short, and I mean, she was pretty, really pretty, really. And we kind of hit up. I mean, she was also from my hometown, so we kind of had a vibe going on. She was digging my vibe, I was digging her vibe. So we kind of like got to each other, and we did it. You know what I mean? We started hanging out with each other and writing to each other and talking, more frequently. And we were together for a while, and she was kind of like my high school sweetheart, in a way. But anyway, fast forward, we kind of broke up. I don't know why we broke up. Probably for some stupid reason, you know what I mean? But we broke up, and we were not seeing each other anymore. So the next year, which was the third year, this girl used to play basketball too. And for the sake of world peace, I'm not gonna mention her real name. So we're gonna call her Sophie. This girl from who used to play basketball and was really pretty, and I used to date her on my second year of college, high school. Now, fast forward to the third year of high school, the next year, really after that, actually, after I broke up with her, I wasn't a polygamous guy. I was not a polygamous. I was a monogamous guy. I'm not like my homeboy who had 3 girls now. I used to date one girl at a time. I was a lover boy. You know what I mean? So yeah. So fast forward, I broke up with Sophie, and I found this other lady. She was also really pretty, but she was not from the same town as I was, and she was pretty. She was also in the same school. She was from Kapsabet Girls High School, the same school as my of Sophie, the girl I used to date previously. So really, we linked. We also met her at a games function. We kind of hit up, we talked, and we started hanging out. We were kind of like we kind of like had a thing, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like a relationship going on. She was actually my girl at the time, so yeah. So yeah, so for the sake of world peace, I'm also not gonna mention her real name, the girl that I met on my third year of high school. But let's just say her name is um, Abby. Abby. So yeah, so Abby and me and I were dating at my third year of high school, and so I remember there was one time. Now this specific event uh, that I'm gonna talk about, it was actually a games event. It was actually another games event, and so Abby actually came through. She had a game, and she was playing. I can't remember what sport she was playing, but she had a game and I had a game. I was playing handball at the time. The shout out to all my handball team team fellows like Festus and all. Yeah, but okay, we were playing and she finished her game and I finished mine, and I remember that time it was like an afternoon, so we kind of like went with each other to like grab a bottle, a drink, near the classes. So the way Kapsabit High School is that there's a sanatorium, then there's a road that curves, then leads to the complex, the main building where we had the main classes. So I walked with her from the sanatorium, which was next to the field, and as we were walking, heading towards the the main complex, we were holding hands and all, and suddenly, I wasn't looking. I was just holding her hand. I was holding Abby's hand, walking. So suddenly, I feel like she's grabbing my hand. She's no longer holding it, she's grabbing it. And I kind of panicked. I don't know what's going on. I looked at her, and sure enough, she was mad as hell. I don't know what angered her, so I was like surprised for a little bit. Until I looked way ahead of us, and somebody was actually walking towards us. And if you guess the person walking towards us was my previous girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend Sophie, then you're right. Sophie was actually walking towards us at that same time. Apparently, she was actually at the function. I didn't even know. But then again, as I mentioned, she was actually a basketball player, so I assume she came. I didn't know she was there though. But Abby was really mad for some reason, because I don't know, maybe they had a rivalry going on, or like they knew each other. They knew I was dating. Maybe she knew I was dating Sophie before. I mean, I think she already knew. I mean, they're in the same school, so obviously somebody told her or something. But yeah, as we were walking with her towards, Abby was coming down towards the sanatorium. No, sorry, Sophie was coming down towards the sanatorium. Me and Abby were walking towards the complex, the main classes. And so we were walking. Sophie and Abby were in the same. They're on the same side of the sidewalk. So naturally, what I do, they're actually looking at. I actually noticed they're actually looking at each other, like with angry eyes, and so I actually sensed that they were not in good terms, obviously. So I moved Abby, who was my then girlfriend, to the opposite side of the sidewalk, so that now I'm actually facing Sophie instead of Abby facing Sophie. And so, yeah, it was really tense because Sophie was mad and Abby was mad, and they looked like they were just about to throw hands. And spoiler alert, they actually did. But anyway, as we were walking and as we approached Sophie, me and Abby, as we approached Sophie, suddenly Abby pushes me. And remember, I was holding her hand. She didn't really push me. She just let me go and like, kind of like shoved me away, and I almost fell. And that was when Sophie was right next to us. Remember, she was walking down. She was actually walking along. And remember, at that time, there was nobody else. There weren't really a lot of people. And what Abby does is that she goes ahead and grabs my ex-girlfriend back then, who was Sophie. And she was just about to hit her when I actually came back and like held her. Because, bro, they were right about to fight. And luckily, I mean, there was nobody else there to stop the confrontation. So it's really all up to me. But lucky enough, I was able to separate them and calm down the situation. And I kind of like formed a barrier like between them. And I remember I got a hot slap from my then girlfriend Abby. I don't know what she was doing. She was actually trying to get to the other girl. You know what I mean? It was chaos. You know what I mean? Like they were actually like trying to fight each other, and I was right in the middle, and I was all caught up in the fight. And I actually got slapped a little bit, scratched a little bit, but luckily I was able to separate them, and I was able to tell Abby to like go on one side and Sophie to go on one side. I mean, it was really an interesting experience. Really, you know, what I mean, it was really. I mean, I'm surprised I even experienced. I mean, it was like really interesting. Not amazing, really, but interesting because I had never had anything like that happen but before. But it was really an interest. It was really one of the most interesting experiences I had back in high school. If you like this story, you can go ahead and leave a like, and if you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe and leave a like as well. You can also share it with your friends so they can come and listen to this amazing, really interesting story. And really, I'll be dropping more videos in the future, so be sure to keep an eye out for them. And yeah, if you haven't watched my previous videos, you can go ahead and watch them on my channel at Leo Can, or you can watch it on my Facebook at Leon Kangago, really, just my name. Yeah, and that was just one of the experiences I had back in high school. I have way more, and I'll be telling them, I'll be spilling them in the near future. So be on the lookout. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. See, it's been 17 minutes and 34 seconds. So yeah, if you want to see more videos, be on the lookout. I'll actually be dropping my second part of my life in America, part two. I'll be dropping part two very soon this week. This was just sort of like a story, just like a interesting story that I wanted to tell you. An interesting experience, not a story really. So yeah, I don't have much more. I feel like this video, like I said, do the thing, you know. And yeah, until next time, see y'all next time. Peace.